So, guys, I'm going to give you some. Well, it's sort of as advice, but it's more of a comparison between worldly people and people who really want to go out for the right reason. So, say you have like a girl and a guy, and the guy like sees the girl and he's like, "Yeah, like you're nice," and then she's like, "Yeah, I know," because she's like American, like she knows, which is like brilliant and stuff. And then the guy's like, "Well, that's okay. Like even though you're big-headed, I still like you." And then the girl is like, "Well, I kind of like you too, but I didn't want to say." And then the guy was like, "Well, like we should go out and stuff." And then she's like, "Yeah, like so, like I like saying like." And then he's like, "Okay, well I'll pick you up Saturday night. What about like 7 o'clock?" And then she's like, "Well, I'll have to be in bed by 8, but like okay." So then, so then she like gets permission off her dad, and like she's allowed to stay out to like 10:30. So So what happens is they go out that night, and then he's like, "I really like you," and she's like, "Yeah, I kind of gathered like since we're going out tonight." So like they go out to the cinema and stuff, and they're sitting watching the film, and then after the film, he drives her home, and like he leaves her outside, and then he tries to lean over, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, I really want to kiss you, but like I don't want my dad to see," and then he's like, "Well, that's okay, but like just give me a wee kiss anyway." So then he just gives her a kiss, and then after that there, all the passion gets inflamed within them and stuff, and then they start to think, "Oh, I like you." So she goes in the house, and then they start texting that night, and the next night, and then they didn't actually think about it, and before that they're going out, and they get married and stuff, but they actually realise whenever they get married after 3 years, what the flip am I doing? I didn't really like him and stuff. And then like you have this other guy and this other girl, and then like they're going to church and stuff, and they're singing songs, like I don't know, Abide With Me, whatever. And then the guy looks over and he sees this girl and he's like, "Wow, she's nice." And then she sees him and he's like, "Whoa, he's nice too." And then like whenever they're like fellowship and stuff, like tea and coffee after, like he goes over and says, "So hi, my friend likes you," because he sent this mate over because he's a big pussy. And then she's like, "Oh flip, I kind of like him too, but is he not man enough to go and ask him out herself?" So tip number one is, guys, don't be a pussy. So then he goes over that night and he says like, "I really like you," and then the girl is like, "Yeah, it's nice to see you're man enough now to ask me out." So then they say, "Right, I know we like each other and stuff, and there's a good potential we're going to get married because we're at Bible college. So let's not get married in the first year and like make a difference." So then like they start to pray about it and stuff, and they realise that yeah, they're meant to be together, and then they get married and they have like happy ever after. And then that's the difference between me and you, that I pray about it and you don't. So let's pray.